First, we'll get into the Prime Minister of Canada.
What happened?
Well, the thing is, okay, so look. We all make mistakes when we're younger, right? Like, we're all like,
I've never made any mistakes.
You've, like, in the last hour, I'm sure you have.
No,
I know you.
It's what most people, if you go online, if you look up Mersh, right, and you look at, like, a lot of the Reddits and stuff like that out there, it's like 90% like Mersh is literally perfect.
Your avatar for a while was your mugshot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
even when I got arrested, I was right.
No, you were wrong.
Whatever. Agree to disagree.
You couldn't wait till the next stop to get gas?
Agree to disagree, or as I call it, I'm right. But whatever.
All right, let's...
I'm like Owen Benjamin now. My mom told me I was never wrong, and that's it.
Speaking of mom never telling him he was wrong, Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, is in deep doo-doo, apparently. Justin Trudeau wore brown face at a 2001 Arabian Nights party while he taught at a private school. Now, let's get something clear here, and I think you'll agree with me. If this was any person on the right, any prominent person on the right, and they did that, do you think all these articles would say brown face?
He'll have already resigned. He would have said blackface, racist blackface.
Racist blackface.
Well, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would have said brownface, only because it's not a black guy, it's an Indian. So
Cool.
they still would have said brownface, but they would have added a lot more. I'll put it this
What about
way.
this one?
Okay, that's blackface.
That is a fro. That is not an Indian there.
Okay, the first one I was like, that's brownface.
Yes.
Okay, that's
So-
blackface. That looks like
this
James.
one-
That looks like James Brown coming out in Rocky IV.
That's a good reference. Stop me now. So in the span of 24 hours, this has come out, and a video has come out of
Also, I don't understand why context doesn't matter anymore. Like,
It should.
I'm not offended by this because, like, it's one thing. Like, blackface used to be, okay, you put the big red lips on and the blackface, and you're like, whoa, mama, I'm going to eat me a watermelon. You're
Right,
like,
that was
okay,
hilarious.
Jesus
sorry.
Christ. It is funny, but you're like, okay, wow, that's like kind of indefensible when somebody
Right,
does a
right.
video like, I'm a big fat lipped N-word, I'm eating my watermelon. And you're like, bro, that's...
How do you explain Jimmy Kimmel's video then?
But like, how many times? Remember Harry Shearer? Didn't he do that a bunch of times? Didn't he do like an Indian? But didn't he do it in brownface one?
Yes, he did. He did.
In a movie. It was in a movie or a show. I remember that.
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men.
He's
thank
the
you.
fork guy.
And he was an Indian.
Yeah.
And he had but that's like, okay, you're depicting something. What about fucking Robert Downey Jr.? We're gonna let that slide?
No, look. Here's the thing.
Best blackface ever, by the way.
Wait a second. No way they did what I think they did.
Did they remove it?
I had the video. Video shows Trudeau third incident, but I went to click the video, and instead of the video being the video of him that I had found,
Well, refresh because you know
I did. This is me after Oh, here it is. Hold on.
Okay, I was like, yo.
Yeah, I mean it's out there already. I would have found it, but this is him at some sort of party here. Has obtained video showing Liberal leader Justin Trudeau in blackface. Now they're saying blackface. The third instance of the racist dress to come in light within 12 hours.
I think the media actually has been going after Trudeau, but here's why. And I'll tell you what my little theory is. And
He wasn't going to get reelected anyway?
that's why. No, the news has this tendency to try
Sacrificial
to
lamb.
last minute resalvage their fucking credibility. Like when they know somebody's on their way out anyway, then they pile on and they go, see, we go after our own too. And it's like, yeah, once they're used up and you've gotten what you need from them, and they'll find some new person to be the new
Right.
Trudeau, and they'll be like, this fucking Trudeau, can you believe this fucking guy? That's what they do all the time. The news, they'll go, see, the news does also go after lefty. No, they don't.
so
no,
here-
they don't.
so-
Not until they're done.
And so here's the thing. So now everybody on the right is, and look, I like to be clear because I think it's unfair not to deny human instinct. Like, look, we should be laughing at this. We should be going. I always feel really good when someone gets their comeuppance, right? When a virtue signaler, like the same guy who said people kind instead of mankind, like he's fucking next level virtue signaler, gets caught in this stuff, right? Like. It of course it makes me laugh. I think it's hilarious. You get a taste of your own medicine. However, I don't like when people now are going and saying cancel Trudeau, cancel. Like it's like, all right, so we just shitted on cancel culture, rightfully so, right? For the past month, we've been shitting on it. Like you brought Robert Downey Jr. up, right? Tropic Thunder. Yeah, he got away with it. But if you ask me, he should have. He was great. He was funny.
It's amazing.
You know, it was fucking. It was one of the fun. Shows you how good of an actor the guy is, whether you like him or not.
I had to keep reminding myself the first time I ever watched that movie. I'm like, that's Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
You have to keep telling yourself
And
that's
then
Robert Downey
when he
Jr.
takes the paint off, he plays an Australian guy. Like it's really weird. But
Brokeback Mountain, but for priests.
Dude,
it was such a funny fit, man. That was such a good.
Dude, it was a great movie.
And everybody was like, "Oh, that was sacrilegious." You're like, "No, they're making fun of how pretentious Hollywood is and these dumb stories like two priests making out." It's it's fucking Hollywood.
So I don't care. Like, here's the thing: I don't give a fuck if Trudeau, when he was in high school in a yearbook, put blackface on. Who gives a shit, right? And you could tell it was at a costume party or doing something where it was, he wasn't just dressing up and singing Mammy. He whatever. But I do understand that it's fun, and I please enjoy somebody like this getting caught up, casting such a wide net with virtue signaling that eventually something from their past comes up and it catches them up. However, Mike, you actually tweeted something and I agreed with it, which was, there's many reasons to want to get rid of Trudeau. Many really good, valid reasons, right? If you're Canadian, wants to import another million immigrants into the country within the next 3 years. The Toronto is absolutely decimated, a specific part of it. Their entire country right now is being completely abolished. The old SCTV Canada used to remember. Remember Rick Moranis playing a Canadian up here with the mood? That's being destroyed, because of him. There's several reasons to why that fucker not there. I don't give a fuck if he did blackface and because you can't. Because first off, because I don't give a fuck that Fred Armisen played Bush. That was blackface, right? I don't care.
No, and it's really getting bad. And look, I spent last night arguing with people over and over again about how it's just playing by their rules now, man. They started it. They started it. Okay, good. So you're going to become them.
You're reinforcing their rules, is what you're doing.
Reinforcing their dog shit fucking ideals that shouldn't be reinforced.
The whole point is the rules are dumb, and then if you start giving into those and going, yeah, but you know what? They did it to us. It's only fair. Like Mike was saying earlier, they'll sacrifice somebody that's not going to do good just so they could reinforce it and say, hey, see, we did it to Al Franken too.
Yeah.
Because we did it to Al Franken now, we could do it to everybody.
Right.
Right,
it's like we get one or two of ours, and now it's let's go destroy every right winger on the planet.
You know what I mean? That to me is worse. I don't give a fuck that he said did blackface. I don't. I think it's whatever, man. In high school we all did stupid shit, right? Yeah. We can't pretend that we didn't.
And it's like I always say when they go, well, the left does it. I'm like, good. The left fucks kids too. So we're gonna start fucking kids to get back at them. I'd rather not. I'd rather not do that part. So let's not become them.
This is funny though. Somebody photoshopped them into Disney's Aladdin.
That's very funny.
Canadian edition. That's very.
But yeah, to everybody out there, it's like, well, if you're not going to use their own tactics against them, then you're going to die with your principles. Good. I'd rather die. I would rather.
They say that like it's a bad thing.
I would rather die with my principles, unlike 90% of you.
But they say that like it's a bad thing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I would rather be dead than one of you hypocrites, if we're being fair. So how's that? And if you're not going to fight anyway, well, then you're not. It's just so many people that and then they're like they'll call themselves like I'm a right-wing Christian and I'm going to use the left tactics against them, and I'm like, but then you're bringing, well, we need to fight them back so we can win. Well, if you're a Christian, then you probably know, or even Muslim or Jew, if you're in any religion and you get all the way to the last chapter, then you'll know you're not going to win. So you're one of the other. I don't know, man. I'm just sick of these fucking people. They literally change their morality every day now. Like, depending on who it is and what we're talking about, they have a completely different set of standards every day. They wake up and go, well, wait, did you hear about the blackface thing? No, come on, we got to stop doing this with blackface. This is so silly. This cancel culture is ridiculous. No. It was Trudeau and blackface. Holy shit, impeach him. And you're like, wait, what? 2 minutes ago, you said it was no big deal. I'm so sick of you people.
Somebody says, well, technically he was 29 in that picture. He was a teacher, not a student. Okay, let's say he was 29 and a teacher. Who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Let me tell you something. When Mike and I were 29, for example, you could find old Fifth Circle episodes, and we would, half of the episode would be cancel culture in that, right? You know what I mean?
If we had the access to camera, like video upload sites and all that shit back then that we did now, the amount of things that would be out on me would be disgusting. This show would be getting canceled for shit I said in 2009 because of fucking, you know what I mean? But it wouldn't have been,
but at the time, it would have been fine.
Around. We would have just been fucking around. I would have said some shit.
So yeah, it is really, really funny to me.
Here we go, John Morgan. Do you guys not realize if this were Andrew Scheer in blackface, we would have a crowd demanding blood? Yes, we do understand that. We literally just said that. But the difference is, right, is that he and him don't want to join in the crowd screaming and engaging in faggotry. You clearly would like to. You would clearly like to become your enemy. John Morgan, I wish you nothing but the best with your law firm and all that, your little pot laws. But if you want, we're not telling you not to go be a faggot. Go be a faggot. Please. Go be just like them. But we're not going to do that. Thank you. We're going to have the same set of principles and ideals, and we're going to apply them to everyone evenly. Sorry, that's just called being morally consistent. So if you want to just be an outrage homo and join in your little internet lynch mobs and selectively enforce your fucking ideals on people, depending on what side of the political spectrum they are, guess what? You're literally them.
No, here's a perfect example. Even when we played the Patton Oswalt clip, at the end of it, we said, that was pretty funny. Never once did we say, I mean, fucking around, of course, we've probably said, cancel, but never once are we like, we really do need to make sure he doesn't get a job. Like, no, look, I'm okay with the, by the way, I'm okay with the Trudeau pictures coming out. Hey, he did them. They're in the yearbook. They should come out.
And I'm all for people mocking him.
And I'm
all for him being very uncomfortable at parties and going, yeah.
I am all for that.
Look, hilarious.
I am all for making fun of him. I am all for saying, do you see, you asshole? This is why this virtue signaling stuff doesn't work, because everybody has something in their past. Like we pointed out with Patton Oswalt, we pointed out with everybody. The difference is we've not calling for people not to have a job or to be canceled or to be for the rest of their life a pariah, have them be de-verified. You know what I mean? There is a difference, it should be pointed out when people are being hypocrites. Absolutely. It should be pointed out. But where I don't, the area that I don't like to delve into is then actively start a petition to get them fired, get them in trouble with their family. You know what I mean? Like, what does that do? You should look. I'm not saying you shouldn't pay the consequences of shit you say sometimes. Of course you should. Public humiliation, like we're saying, of course. But I don't think that canceling them, which essentially means you're not allowed to exist anymore, you're not in the public eye anymore, there's no redemption arc for you. Like, even back in the day, people used to be able to fuck up, take some time up. Robert Downey Jr. again is going to come up twice again. Robert Downey Jr. was a literal drug addict at one point.
I mean, he was bad. Like, he broke out of prison.
He broke out of prison, was in rehab forever. In this current culture, they wouldn't have allowed him to ever be Iron Man. They would have been like, are you going to get this? You know what I mean? Like people should be allowed to fucking redeem themselves if that's what you consider. I don't think you need to redeem yourself for blackface. I think if it's a joke, it was a joke. As long as he wasn't out there screaming the fucking N-word to somebody on the street.
Even if he was.
No, but even if he was, I get it. But, I mean, we all agree you probably shouldn't just do that, though, right?
Depends on, I want to know more.
No, I mean, so you about the situation?
I need to know what led up to you screaming that at somebody. I always need to know the context.
I will explain. Jeremy Irons found some bombs in New York, right?
No, that's not good. You can't do that. Because then he's wearing the sandwich sign. I know where you're going with this.
No?
You can't. No Bruce Willis sandwich.
That was quick. That was a good one.
As soon as I heard the actor's name and explosive.
Jeremy
No. I know what you're doing. Jeremy Irons. Somebody in the chat also said, so only leftist comedians get to keep their job.
No.
Spoiler alert, retard. They do. Every time you whip up a fucking Wyatt Earp posse and you go out on the internet, you look like dumb boomers and the person never gets fired. You're not good at this. You're a right wing or a conservative. I don't know if you know this, right? But they're not going to enforce the rules for you because they don't like you.
Exactly.
Sarah Jong still has her job. Every racist, angry, white, bitter woman that hates white people still has their job. Every fucking subversive, you-know-who, is still getting people canceled. And you guys are like 0-10 for trying to get people canceled. You're not good at it. Even if it was morally okay to do so, you're not good at it. Stop pretending like you've gotten everyone removed. You know how many people in this chat room jumped on board with that horse shit Gabe Hoffman, Mike Cernovich? We gotta get James Gunn because he tweeted some things. And he never got fired. You people aren't good at this, and it's never gonna work.
Well, to also expand on that a little bit, just a little bit. When it comes to that, where it's like only leftist comedians get to keep their jobs. No, stupid. What you're saying is, hey man, they're raping us. Rape them too. No. What we should want is nobody getting raped.
But that's what it is.
We should be fighting. And by the way, it's happening now because there were bigger comedians now that were going after people, and this is bullshit. Like Norm Macdonald. I watched the David Spades show on Comedy Central. I think he had Burr. And no matter what you say about Burr and Jim Jeffries on, and the guy's also become a weird. But they were both saying, okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Like even people that are center left people are going, this is come on now, this is stupid. So we should fight for nobody to get raped, not to rape everybody. Did you get that? Like, it's like, by the way, as if them getting raped makes my rape any less horrific. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so at the end, nobody has a job. That is not going to fix things. You can't go after them.
People are saying Gunn was an actual pedo now. Why do we still have Spurgs that listen to the show? Why do you come here every day? I don't like you people. I don't.
Go listen to AJ Benza.
Listen to me right now. Okay? All you fucking people that like get every piece of your information in life from 4chan, right, and you literally say shit like completely uncorroborated by any other information, saying things like James Gunn was a pedo. He literally fucked children with absolutely zero proof to prove it. Why do you Spurgs come here all the time? We tell you to stop coming here. You like literally, you're a bunch of neats. None of you fucking donate. None of you actually fucking support the show. None of you are in the fit. You just show up because you see live and you're like, Jews. Everybody's a pedophile. Like you're literal retarded people. And then they come back every day and it's like, please stop coming here. Please stop coming here. And they just keep coming. I heard this is where the Spurgs show up, so I could go, James Gunn is a literal pedophile with no proof. Go away, please. Please. You're never going to get your ethno-state, okay? It's never going to accelerate. Listen to me, you fucking Spurgs. Life is just going to be a slow, gray fog that you're just going to barely wind through. You're going to be poor your entire life. You're going to be unemployable. That is your life. That's what's ahead for you. It's going to be a slow decline until cancer eats your fucking body. There will be no boogaloo. There will be no ethno-state. You fucking Spurgs need to let it go.
I feel
better now.
No, that's fair. The fact that they are, you know what you're doing? You're people. Somebody else said in the chat, like, "Oh, the left fucks up again," and there's Royce and Mersh going after the right. No. We're not going after. We're
going after cancel culture.
We're going after cancel culture, and if you do that, it's going to be whoever's trying to get people canceled. The problem is the fucking idea is stupid. You motherfuckers, you don't want justice, right? Like you don't want you don't want an open everyone that's like the First Amendment should be no matter what. I agree with you guys. The First Amendment should be no matter what. But then you can't then go, well, they're doing it, so fuck the First Amendment now. You understand that becoming the thing you hate doesn't do anything. Stand on your morals a little bit. Fight. You should fight the idea that anybody should have their entire life ruined because of something they did in 2006 or in high school. You know, whether you like Kyle Kashuv or not, now this kid can't go to Harvard even though he qualified for it because he texted the N-word to somebody one time joking around. Is that what you want? Like, you want that to, because tell me a way where you do this to the left where you're not reinforcing their own rules. I don't think you understand something about the fucking left. They will absolutely cannibalize their own. In their house right now, they're doing it to each other. It's not even like fucking, there's 5 people that are trying in the house that are trying to eat Nancy Pelosi's face off and take over. That's happening. They will absolutely cancel one of their own to ensure that they can cancel everybody else. You want to get Trudeau? Okay, first off, Trudeau doesn't work at Saturday Night Live. Let's start with that. So they're not going to fire him. They can't just there's proceedings that have to happen. And, you know, to be fair, it has to be doing something lackluster in his job. Not something he did in high school. So nothing's going to happen. Look, I'm all for making fun of him. I love these Photoshops. Send me as many as you can. I think they're hilarious. I think that he should be made fun of for all of this stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like I said, I want Trudeau to go to his little dinner parties and be really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I live for that shit. I love that stuff. But when we start going like the fact that you fucking the fact that so many fucking retards are like, man, Trudeau's letting in all these immigrants. Man, Trudeau's just giving away all this money. Man, Trudeau's really fucking up the economy. Man, Trudeau's doing all this shit. Wait a minute, he dressed up like an Indian guy once? Fucking take him down. Like, it's the reasons why you do these things that make me hate so many people. You know?
Doesn't he have a pending ethics case because he fired somebody?
Yes.
Like a woman for no cause. I think like he didn't like what she was doing, but she was doing her job. Oh, no, because she was trying to prosecute somebody that Trudeau didn't want to be prosecuted, but the law called for them to be prosecuted. And since she didn't listen to him when he said that, he not fired her, he reassigned her. So that's a reason.
I mean, at least
that's a reason.
At least he didn't Joe Scarborough her.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is, obviously when you dismiss somebody from their job and it's so overwhelming that they just mysteriously drop dead after they read the letter. It's weird.
No, that's also called William Shatnering. There's a lot of like different wrestler did it. Killed his girlfriend, Samoan.
Jimmy Snuka.
Jimmy Snuka. Goddamn, what a brain fart.
Jimmy Snuka.
Jimmy Snuka.
It's so funny though. Now it's getting harder as you get older to go. Who's the wrestler murdered his wife and his girlfriend? You're like,
which one?
Just
You just go through 5.
Canadian guy or American guy or Attitude Era or help me out here.
Which one? The answer to all is Kevin Sullivan.
Poor Kevin Sullivan. I want to meet Kevin Sullivan. He lives like 2 blocks from here, and I want to meet him.
Mike, let's be fair here. We're in Central Florida. Every wrestler lives 2 blocks from here.
No, but Kevin Sullivan lives like in Winter Park.
Does he really?
Yes, he lives in like right around
He really
here.
is down the road.
Yes, I want to meet him.
That's funny.